Okay, this is the first and what I hope will be a series of videos over the next year on different things that are going on in the weather that I would share what I was thinking and why. We'll start off with this weekend and the temperatures today. As you can see, they're going to be up there. Not super high, but again in the 50s. We've been seeing 50s for the last couple days. 50s are going to stretch up into here. Obviously, as we get into the snowpack, things are get colder. Snowpack is not letting up, and it's been deep. So, of course, in those regions you stay cold and chilly, but not super cold like we have been. But you see 50s and even some 60s down here into North Carolina. South Carolina, it gets down to the 60s. Upper 60s, mid and upper 60s. But anyway, of note, these maps, this map came from Weatherbell, weatherbell.com. Strongly recommend you check them out. Check out a free 7 days trial they have, and then you can also then go for relatively inexpensive per month on Weatherbell. So it's a good company, good model maps. So of note, this coming week, one thing we talked about was Monday night's event, and then also potential for Tuesday night into Wednesday, and then maybe next weekend. So we'll start off. I'll discuss Monday night. Sunday night into Monday morning. There is a chance that up in this region, oh boy, that was too much of a region, but up in here, there could be a swath of very light snow. Depending on how well that thing gets, defined, or a little more kick from the coast, or maybe a little more up in this region. But as of now, it doesn't look like a major event. So, and this is all snow, by the way, over the next 7 days. So you're seeing bigger amounts up here and stuff. That could be from a couple different systems. But anyway, just a note. So also on Sunday night into Monday, there's warmer air around, so it's going to have to cool that air off. So light precipitation is not going to turn it over to snow. But north of Pennsylvania border, I could see some snow happening Sunday night into Monday morning. Slipping down maybe into this area. It's possible. We did see that on models yesterday, but they've kind of backed off today. And then we have Tuesday night and Wednesday. So this is European, which is the most robust as far as moisture goes. There's a low pressure system forming off the coast here, moving up in that direction. You can see what it does ultimately as it blows out in the Atlantic and provides quite a bit of snow. Obviously to the fish out here, but it could actually clip southern New England. Surprise, they keep on getting pummeled with snow this year. But when it comes to our area, it's not looking that strong. It doesn't look a major event. I say 1 to 3 inch possibility, especially it looks like as maybe it kind of starts getting going along the coast. But again, this is kind of subject to change. It could end up being drier. GFS really doesn't like this thing at all. The European is now the one showing it, and originally the European wasn't showing it. So the fact that it came around and then GFS lost it, not a total surprise. It tends to happen. Sorry if this jumped a little bit, or you heard me start to cough. I had to re-edit. But anyway, GFS, as I had mentioned, kind of lost it on Tuesday night and Wednesday, but it could bring it back. It tends to do that from time to time, but we'll see. Noon models aren't out quite yet. So what's going on later in the week? Well, one thing, colder air is definitely coming in behind these systems, and we have to watch for really, really cold conditions next weekend. As the coldest I saw, this was like Sunday morning. These temperatures up here are below zero. Again, this is European. These are forecast lows. GFS showed this possibly even on Friday morning with yesterday runs. It kind of backed off a little bit, but still has cold lows down in the teens and 20s for a lot of the area. That's cold. This time of year it's really chilly. It's going to be a cold period no matter what. We could get some record-setting cold. If the real cold comes in here like the GFS was showing yesterday, we could have record cold highs with highs only in the 20s for a lot of regions and 30s, as well as definite nighttime super chill. So what about that storm next weekend? Well, let me just show you kind of in general the jet stream pattern over the next 7 days. What we had going on is we had more of a Pacific or a zonal flow that was coming across the country during this last week. When we get zonal flow, we get milder. We have a lot milder air. It's not the origin of the cold air is not the Arctic region. It's actually Pacific. And when we get that type of setup, the air is milder. But what we have really is we have a split flow coming up here. We have a southern branch of the jet, and then you have a northern branch coming in like this on the jet. And so what's going to happen is you're going to get the cold air coming down here from from our good friends up in the Arctic, as it's been all winter. And then you've also got a chance for some southern energy to come across. You can see with the southern energy, the southern jet's doing is bringing in these winds off the Pacific, and finally California is getting its rain, which it needs. This piece of energy that comes across the south and finally kind of gets itself together here in Texas does get going, but as of now, the system just kind of goes out to sea. That is what is showing as of yesterday and into today. But earlier what was happening is this high was coming down like this, pressing down. This low was getting really going together, and because it got together so strong, whenever low pressure system really cranks up, it will start to kind of move up to the coast. Now, it never went up into New England per se, although some of the models did show quite a bit on some of the previous runs into New England, but that is what's going on now. So the models now are not showing this low coming up at all. The other thing, too, that they're not showing is the cold enough pressing of the air. So, I mean, even if we were to come in here and this low was a little further north, as of now, what you're seeing with these higher amounts looks like rain versus snow, at least on the European. We'll have to see. I mean, I think there's a lot of uncertainty in this region of the country, maybe even stretching all the way up like this, that there could be more snow to be dealing with next weekend. If we've got that cold air, as was mentioned before, coming in, we could see some snow, especially along the northwestern areas, and that's what we'll have to watch. That's kind of what's been going on with the speculation over the last couple of days. So anyway, that's kind of what I was pointing out and wanted to point out as far as what we could see. And by the way, this is the Tuesday. Look at that snow again. Sorry about that. I didn't show that earlier. But anyway, that's the week. So anyway, if you like this, let me know, and I'll do more. This is just literally looking at the model, seeing what they see, and telling you what I think, and I hope it's been helpful.